How good is Hydreigon?
So in that video, I talked a lot about Hydreigon and what I think its potential is in Generation 9. And in that video, I was gassing Hydreigon a lot. I was talking about its potential as a hazard setter because it's access to Stealth Rocks and Taunt, and for a setter, it is pretty fast. And in terms of offense, well, it has one of the biggest buffs a Dragon type could ever ask for, not being one. But everything I talked about was in theory. How is Hydreigon in practice? So here I have this Hydreigon team, and the plan for this team is pretty simple. You have Masquerain to set up sticky webs, and then you have Hydreigon that's supposed to steamroll the team. And if something happens, I have Goldango and Shanpao for support, Dondozo for physical defense, and I have Toedscruel for special defense. And also because Goldango is like really annoying, Toedscruel's ability allows it to bypass Gold's Gold, so you can put it to Goldango to sleep. I just want to show you guys the potential that Hydreigon can have, especially against threats like Iron Valiant. So I just want to talk about this battle. So on team preview, I noticed I hit Glamora, and Glamora is like almost always a suicide lead, so I had to figure out something, which of my Pokemon can counter Glamora the best. Because Glamora runs Sash 99% of the time, and I don't have a great Tusk to counter this, and I don't have a multi-attack move that can like automatically KO it, I had to think something outside the box. So the Pokemon I decided to send out was in fact Toedscruel, because I just thought that with Toedscruel's ability of Spore, I could just try to limit what Glamora can do, because I don't want to have too many hazards. Because even if I have Toedscruel to get rid of them with a Rapid Spin, he has a Goldango, which is like the ultimate hazard blocker. Goldango as a Ghost type is naturally immune to Rapid Spin, but also because of its ability good as Gold, it can negate Defog. So immediately, this Glamora decided to send out to Corviknight, and the reason for that I think because they were just afraid of an Earth Power from Toedscruel, so they just wanted to save the Glamora for later. And this is a pretty smart move because you actually get to keep your hazard setter for later, and also you just get a free switch in. But it really doesn't matter because I use Spore anyway, this Corviknight has not fallen to sleep, and this is actually a really big deal for me. And me setting up Masquerain and keeping this Corviknight asleep is a big deal for me because Corviknight is one of the few Pokemon with Defog, and Defog can get rid of my sticky webs, and also you have Mortal Spin from Glamora. But because this Corviknight is asleep, this Corviknight just can't defog for a long time. And because of this free turn of this Corviknight being asleep, I was able to set up my sticky webs for free. And now this is literally doomed for my opponent. Unless you have heavy duty boots, all of your Pokemon are now -1 in speed, which means that Hydreigon will outspeed them, and also because Corviknight is asleep, I get to have at least one turn of free Nasty Plot. And that is exactly what happens. Corviknight is asleep, I send a Hydreigon for free, I set up a Nasty Plot for free without getting punished. So I guess I'm a little wrong. I set up my Nasty Plot, but I still kept my Dark typing, which means I got hit with a super effective U-turn, but I have leftovers to recover HP, so this is completely fine. Now this is one of my favorite things that happened. Because of U-turn, Iron Valiant has come in, Iron Valiant hard counters Hydreigon. But because of Terastallizing, I became a Poison type. I was able to take this Moonblast from this clearly Scarf Valiant and retaliate with the Flamethrower. And basically, I just wreaked havoc for the rest of the team. You can just see it for yourself. Also, I'm immune to the Earth Power. A really cool thing about Terastallizing is that even after changing type, you still keep your ability. And Hydreigon's ability is Levitate, which gives immunity to ground type attacks, which meant that this Earth Power did nothing because I'm immune to it. And because Hydreigon is a special attacker instead of a physical attacker, even when Glamora was hit with the Dragon Pulse, it was not able to set up spikes on me because it only works if you're hit with the physical attack. And so because this Glamora just wasted a turn on me, I was able to KO it because it doesn't know the power of Levitate. And so Glamora 2 down, 4 to go, and the next Pokemon he sends out was Great Tusk. Now here I should have realized something. There has been a rise in Steel type Great Tusk lately, and looking back I should have realized this, but it didn't even matter in the end, I still won anyway. But because he teared into a Steel type and I used Dragon Pulse instead of Dark Pulse, it was able to resist the Dragon Pulse. And because of that, it lived. If I used Dark Pulse, it would not have. And it does get a little dicey for me because it now has a speed boost and it got rid of my webs, but it's fine. The reason why it's fine is because Hydreigon's speed is 324 and the remainder of his Pokemon have a speed of 185, 293, and 256. And even if this Goldango is Choice Scarfed, I don't think it can one-hit KO a Hydreigon that does not have any, that's not super effective against any of its types. So looking at overall, me losing my Sticky Webs is not a big deal because even if Hydreigon loses, I still have 5 other Pokemon that I can deal with, and he only has 4, and he's about to go down to 3. As you can see right here, I'm about to flamethrower Great Tusk. So then he's like, well, obviously he doesn't know what to do. So he goes down to Garganacl to hope something. Dragon Pulse, I got a crit. The crit wasn't even necessary. It didn't even one-hit KO. But this does spell like a timer on Hydreigon. Because Salt Kill is a really good move, Hydreigon is not at a timer because it's taking like 12% of damage every turn. And even though I have leftovers to mitigate this from 12% to 6%, it is still on a timer nonetheless. So because of that, I'm like, alright, fine. I might as well just go for my last hurrah, just try to sweep, like do as much damage as possible with my 3-headed dragon. And so yeah, I took 1 turn. With Corviknight, I have Flamethrower because I decided to switch Flamethrower instead of Terra Blast because I just found Flamethrower have more utility and I didn't think Terra Blast was even that necessary. And I'm like, yeah, Hydreigon did go down, but it took 5 Pokemon out, which is good enough for me. And for the final matchup, I decided to send out Toedscruel to his Goldango for a few reasons. Now, I sent out Toedscruel for a few reasons. Reason number 1, Toedscruel's ability is Mycelium Might, and what this ability does is that it allows it to ignore the ability of the opposing Pokemon when using a move like Spore, which means it completely ignores Good as Gold, which means that Toedscruel is one of the few Pokemon that can put Goldango to sleep. But also, more importantly, this Toedscruel is completely invested in special defense, max HP, max special defense. So this king, I can guarantee to survive 1 hit from a Goldango. And that's exactly what happened. Goldango uses Make It Rain, I survive with half health, which is... Goldango hits really hard, so which is fine. Put it to sleep, and then I just used Earth Power to win the game, because Toedscruel just built like that, and he didn't have any counterplay, because Hydreigon is just that good. I got a crit just for the Salt in the Wound, but yeah, I really enjoyed this match, and I think it's a really good job to showcase the power of Hydreigon has now this generation. Drake the Hydreigon just built different.